With Counterpunch Boxing News. All right. What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I had to adjust my screen. It gives me problems from here and there, but I just wanted to reach out to you guys and explain the poll because I'm looking at the comments on the poll that I created last. And the poll was, if you guys don't know, I'll let you guys come on in. But for the early birds, the question is Ryan Waterford, counterpunch to you, brother, from Scotland. It said, who is the second best heavyweight in the world right now? Okay. Fabian Cameron. Well, hello, Mr. Counterpunch. Fabian, counterpunch to you. Facts 101. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Now, I got a lot of backlash because they were like, okay, well, this is wrong because, first of all, Anthony Joshua was the number one to a lot of you guys. So I should have maybe replaced Tyson Fury with Dillian White, maybe, or Deontay Wilder. Anthony Elom, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Mr. Westgate say Dawson. Hello, Kurt. I think Usyk will lose handily to Joshua. Ooh. Ryan, was there a poll where Fury was number one? No, but listen. Okay, I'm gonna explain it to you guys. When you guys come in, hit the like button. By the way, okay. John Fury. Okay, this was about John Fury. Okay, John Fury disagreed with his son. So was a perspective of his son and him. He thought his son said that Deontay Wilder is the second best heavyweight, right? And of course, John Fury disagreed. John Fury thought it was Anthony Joshua. But understand, these are the Furies, people. The Furies will always say that because the Furies believe that they are number one, obviously. So that's coming. That's why I made this poll. So I should have specified why this poll was created. Okay, because this is what it's all about. You see, they looked at themselves as number one. So by default, I didn't put Tyson Fury because this was a discussion with the Furies and they had their own disagreement about who was number two because obviously they are number one. So, the fact y'all chose White over Deontay Wilder over the two best when he got knocked out when Deontay Wilder never been knocked out. Angelina Bradford. Well, the fight was stopped due to punches. Dillian White was knocked out. He was knocked out, but I don't think now Dillian White would be number two or three. if he wouldn't have lost to Povetkin. See, it puts him back in the shuffle when you seen that KO. And I'm just saying, right? Cairo, hey Kurt, what's up? Are you feeling better? Yeah, I'm feeling better, man. I'm feeling better. Appreciate you asking. You know, I am feeling better. You know. Damn. How do we analyze number one from me is the man who are with the most belts so far? It's AJ. Okay. I think Joshua's number one. Fury then Wilder. Guess we will find out soon. I guess we will. Fury is number one. Okay. So you had no problem with the poll. Moving on. BoxRec have removed Fury and Wilder probably back there in October. The winner anyway. Anyhows. In my opinion, Fury is number one, even though I'm a fan of Joshua, purely because he's not lost a world title fight. In regards to who is the A side in making the money, it's AJ all day. Counterpunch to you, Fabian. Rob Holden, Fury and Wilder both have been knocked out. Wait. Fury and Wilder both have knocked out if they fought more dangerous opponents, not taxi drivers or doormen. Boardroom bully of the HNIC of the bully pulpit. Fury is number one. How? Well, a lot of people will say he never lost. You know, you can say that about Mayweather. I'm still a cash cow. I'm still a king. If nobody beat me, how am I not king? Hassan Mohsin. AJ has the best resume. Okay. He does. He does have the best resume. Heavyweight wise. It's all conjecture. Okay. Would have been knocked out, I should have said. Yeah, I know what you meant. I had to read it all the way through. Because if I'd have stopped, I'm like, man, what the hell are you talking about? Fury lost to McDermott. Yeah, that was a close fight, though. Brandon, Kurt, why was Wilder and Fury removed from BoxRec due to inactivity? I have no idea. Maybe they have an automatic thing of just being like removed. How? Like they don't have a BoxRec no more? Let me check. Okay, I see Deontay Wilder. Okay. I mean, as far as what? Because, I mean, I still see Deontay Wilder. 42, 1, and 41. High knockout percentage. Carl Green, AJ the Quitter. He sounds like Ty Booth. AJ the Quitter. Kurt, why would Wilder and Fury be removed due to? I don't know. I'm looking at Wilder's right now. So if you go down to Tyson Fury is 30-0 with 21 KOs. I don't know what you guys talking about. So Carl Green, the hater. JD, the truth Darbs. What's up, Kurt? Counterpunch to you. It says inactive. Yeah, it does. It does say status inactive. And for Wilder, it says status inactive. Yeah. It'll update as soon as they fight. I think it probably it's an automatic thing. It does that. The website does that automatically. As a feature, right? I watch AJ quitting on YouTube every day. Okay. Like Fury and Wilder are not on the rankings on BoxRec. He said it's very satisfying. Oh man, you must really hate Anthony Joshua. Okay. AJ is number one. You can't compare where you don't compete. Ooh, Noble coming in with that counter punch. JD the Truth, Darbs, AJ number one, White number two, Big Mama number three. Who the hell is Big Mama? Don't tell me that's Tyson Fury. How come Fury never lost the lineal title for a drugs ban? Lineal is supposed to be about the spirit of boxing. I have no idea. Maybe his argument is, hey, I never lost inside the ring. I think that's what that is. Okay, that's what I think, the case is. AJ Fury, then White. All right. Can't put a ped cheat as number one. Ooh. Guys are going in on Tyson Fury today. Oh, man, it's crazy. It is crazy. D, 115 times. What's up, Kurt? Haven't been on your live streams for a while due to work. Good to be back. Good to see you back, D. 115 times. Counterpunch to you. Big back fat Fury never had it, fella. Big fat Fury, the jello back. I have a jelly back, and I'm proud of it, damn you. I am the Gypsy King. Because Fury's lineal is bogus and manufactured. Ooh. Abrial and hell, honestly, I would have picked Fury as second. He never defended his belts and only fought two noticeable heavyweights. Ooh. Abria Angel. Counterpunch to you. All jokes aside, though, if both AJ and Fury had a perfect camp, no injuries, and both men enter the ring at 95% of their absolute best, then Fury takes it, Carl said. Okay. But of course you would do that. You would say that. Canelo Alvarez is most people's pound for pound number one, and he has a failed drug. He has a failed test. He does. He does have a failed test. You can't take that away. Charvez Francisco, love your show. Used to like Fanon, but I think he has a few issues mentally. All bullshit aside, I think he's talked about mental health issues. I know Blue Blood has. Those things happen. Shit, people are not perfect. People are not perfect, Fury still edges it. Just he has two big wins were huge, just edges out Joshua. Good body of work. Boxing Wave, what's up? Just checking in. Appreciate you, brother. Man, long time no hear. Man, I've been busy, man. Are you still in New York? If so, what part? D 115 times for AJ Fury, White, then AJ. AJ first based on the opponents he has fought, even though Fury has never lost. Yeah, appreciate the love, Boxing Wave, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, man. You guys hit that like button for me. Okay. Daniel Crawford, AJ has the better resume, but on the eye test, Fury looks better to me. Okay. That's an eye test. Styles make fights. You know what I mean? Manny Pacquiao looked a lot better than Yordenis Ugas in training now, didn't he? Throwing all those fast combinations. You know, and shit, look what happened. Yeesh. Still in Harlem. Okay, brother, got counterpunch. I'll hit you up on the IG. If you got an IG. I don't know if you have an IG. Retros for Life, 79 Boxing. Fanon so far has shown mental improvement. Give him a chance. No, I mean, I'm not bashing him. I mean, that's someone's, you know, flaws. That's not cool, you know. That's a problem. You know, and shout out to everyone that actually has mental illness. You know what I mean? Like, my thing is, I just don't like when people try to lie about the shit, you know, and use it for their advantage, use it when it's convenient to get away with something or another, right? Metalbox J, hey Kurt, no resume like Joshua's could have sold 250,000 tickets for Usyk's fight. Yeah, he definitely is like a promoter's dream, ain't he? You know, and like imagine Joshua going to Bob Arum. Bob, I would like you to promote my fights. Well, here's the thing, Joshua. I love your fucking ticket sales, but at the end of the day, I think you're a chinny bum, and I won't put any money behind you. I'm 90 years old, and I'm not gonna see myself get embarrassed. You got embarrassed by a fat fruitcake. You bum. Damn. How is beating Wilder a good win? An unproven fighter whose body of work is utter garbage. Being undefeated means nothing if the resume is garbage. Antonio Mosley. Listen, they look how many undefeated guys you have at 135 and 140. Just think about it for a minute. You got Devin Haney. You got Teofimo Lopez. You have Ryan Garcia. You got Tank Davis. All these guys are undefeated. You know, you got up there, you had Josh Taylor, you know, and you have guys that got them number ones like Ramirez and Prograis, and even those are still tough fighters. So, you know, you got all these people that's fighting. And you got guys like Rolly Romero that had fucking 14 fights in his career and talking big shit like he's number one. But you know what gives these guys all this confidence? That no one has defeated them. So as long as no one defeats them, they can say whatever they want, and they think that's just the marketing selling point on getting these fights, or not even getting these fights, or just promoting their brand. Their brand is, hey, I haven't been defeated. Nobody has beat me. So therefore, guess what? I'm better than anybody. And I can say that shit because I haven't fought anybody. So that's basically what we're getting at. That's what we're having. That's why I can appreciate like Canelo taking all these motherfuckers O's. Okay? He's the O taker. He took Golovkin's in the second fight. He took Billy Joe's. He took Callum Smith's. You know what I'm saying? He's taking a lot of these guys O's, and that Caleb Plant is another task at hand. So it is what it is. AJ can close the distance better than Wilder. Fury could struggle more with his style. Won't be able to bully another 18 stone man as easy. Well, Wilder's not he doesn't close the distance. He needs distance. So it's definitely a different type of fight when you're fighting somebody with a long range bomber. If I'm Deontay Wilder, my name would be Long Range Bomber. You know what I mean? Um the sniper assassin, because he needs that distance to throw that right hand, to catch you just right, to say good night. Bars. Fury's inactivity and low level opponents since Klitschko puts him behind AJ, in my opinion. That's true. I mean, King Matt Midas, you have to do something. Like, look at Gary Russell Jr. That man is probably some of the fastest hands in boxing. He has a quick, sharp temper, and he looks like he's angry and ready to fight anybody like Ruben Hurricane Carter. But you don't see him fight enough. So how do you rate someone that either turns down fights or can't get a fight? You can't, you can't rate them because they haven't fought anyone. You can just see what they've done before. But if they're that inactive, shit, you're not doing anything. It's like going to school, right? And people and teachers just giving you incompletes because you just haven't been in school. So it's like you're not flunking because you're not losing, but you're not going to school. You're not fighting. You know what I'm saying? So it's Tyson Fury and Wilder are in that category. Fury's wins are always fantasies until he faces Joshua White, Parker, Joyce, Usyk, Ruiz, Ortiz, Rivas, or just any of the heavyweights. Well, I can tell you right now, he's not fighting Parker, and I think Parker really takes a back seat to these guys because he's had his share. He's got beaten by Joshua in a chess match. He got beat by Dillian White in a pretty tough fight, but then he gets a gift decision against Derek Chisora. You know, so I mean, he's had his fights. I mean, he did fight. Wasn't it Yoka? No, not Yoka, but what's the cat's name? You, right? Hey, Kurt, are you going to call the show, do a show, call in show for the fan? Off the canvas boxing. Yes, I will. I'm going to set that up. Let me talk to my tech guy and get that set up. You know what I mean? Because I think that's a good idea. St. Don. Hey, is Kurt rocking Barry? What the hell is that? Dartmouth? I don't know what that is. Dion W. What up, Kurt? I've been getting more notifications when you go live lately. YouTube's been doing a little better. Yeah, they have. They've been doing all right. Let's hit that like button to let people know that we're live. Fury only beaten one top 10 heavyweight in this era. So Fury not beating loads of styles. Junior Fa, that's what it is. Yeah, Junior Fa was the guy Parker beat. That's right, Fabian. Appreciate you. J_ Matt Kid 7. Wilder done made it clear he's third from day one with that Bronze Bomber name. Ooh, damn, went below the belt with the Bronze Bomber, but he is the Bronze Bomber, and the bronze means third. I know who wants to be bronze. That's third place, Deontay Wilder. Okay, what weight do you think AJ will come in at? He looks around 230 now. Probably around 230. I wouldn't recommend him going leaner than that, but then it wouldn't hurt because let me tell you guys something. While Joshua is not a guy that's naturally big and bulky. He's not. He's just not. You know what I mean? I don't care how a fighter looks. It's how he performs. You know what I mean? You're not fucking. This ain't a Hugo Boss commercial. This is a boxing match. So if you go in there and you get fucking tired because you wanted to pack on weight to look good for whatever the fuck, you're losing. Jason B, what up, Kurt? UK in the building. Joshua deserves to be number one, period. Okay. We got 100 people on here, guys. Let's hit that like button. Let's get 100 likes. And just like that, they were like, YouTube was like, no. Maybe even 235. 240 is good. Aslam. Fury is number two, an impressive performance against An unimpressive competition isn't impressive, and that's 99% of Fury fights. His record is not nearly as good as AJ's. No, it's not. Fabian Fury can be undefeated all he wants to be until he defends a belt. He's is not number one. No champion can be properly rated until they defend the title. Willio, counterpunch to you, bro. Antonio Mosley at AJ 230. He's similar built like big tall Tate around 240 is good enough. No, not really. He just packed on a lot of muscle. If you looked at if you look, let's go back. What's it? 2021. Let's go back to 2013, 14. Joshua wasn't that big. He was tall and slender. Like, look at old pictures of Joshua. Then that'll give you what Joshua really supposed to look like. I know you naturally get bigger over time, but that wasn't him gaining weight, filling in. That wasn't that. He was just getting he was getting bulkier. Yeah, it's a Turk shirt. St. Don. It's a Turk shirt. Wilder won a bronze medal in the Olympics. You can't make it that far without having boxing skills. We need to see them in his next fight. Dr. Hook, we do. And you know those guys became Olympic gold the same night. Aubrey, what's up, Kurt? Shout out from South Africa. South Africa in the building. Boris the Blade C, love your content. Big fan from the UK. Appreciate you, Boris. Justin Blackall, sorry if you have mentioned this already, but what is your take on BoxRec taking Wilder and Fury off the rankings? I'll do some digging, guys, because I don't really know. But my first guess comes to mind. Shit, they ain't fought in damn the 2 years. February to February, that's 12 months. February of 2021 to August. Okay, so that's the second month to the 8th month. So that's a year and a half, right? A year and a half and 2 days. So, and then October, that's going to be a year and 8 months, right? Yeah. It's going to be a year and 8 months since they fought. It's a long time. So maybe they did that because of that reason. I say AJ is number one. He's been tested the most and has the most belts. And he's the only heavyweight that actually improves with every battle, like a Saiyan. Let me tell you something. If, like, I was a Game of Thrones fans, and I look at that, like, if AJ was in Westeros, right? If you guys know about Game of Thrones, Westeros is, of course, is the, that's the continent or whatnot, where you had King's Landing and, Marine and all these places. Was it a Marine? Not Marine. No, I'm off. No, you had where the Martells are from and all that. It's been a while since I've seen it. AJ looks really slim. You think he will lose power? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think he'll lose power. No. I think that's a big misconception. The reason AJ is number one is so long it doesn't make sense. You think Usyk is really gonna bulk up for the AJ fight? That would really slow him up. I think it would. Especially it's not his weight. That's an experimental thing he's doing. I'm fast and slick. I'm regarded as the cat, but I want to eat and get bulkier. Now I'm a fat fucking cat. No, that doesn't even make sense. I've seen fat ass cats. They've been, they're not as fast. That shows you a story. I was at a party one time, and we were at a friend's house, and she had a party, and she was a anchor woman, and she had this fat ass cat. This cat was like a Garfield looking cat, and this motherfucker was just like, he wouldn't move, and he was kind of like under this table area, and just kind of away from everybody. But he wouldn't move, and he was just this fat ass cat. I mean, just orca fat. And I was like, Terry, or Sherry. I said, Sherry, damn, your cat's huge. What are you feeding your cat? And she looked at me and she was like, that's none of your damn business, Kirkland. I was like, oh shit. All right. All right. Enough with the innuendos. Fury is still the man that beats the man. St. Don, he's coming in. Renee Padilla. What's up, Kurt? You think AJ will give Ruiz another shot? Renee, maybe if Ruiz does something that requires another shot, if he puts himself in position, you know. But I don't think he warrants anything. Like, you just can't give someone an opportunity. Because guess what? Andy Ruiz, needless to say, Andy Ruiz himself got blessed. And he doesn't know, and he should know how good that was, how big of a blessing that was. Kurt, do you think October 9th will go ahead? I hope so, JP. But it will. I'm yeah, it will. AJ is number one, not that part-time Tyson Fury. JD. Tyson Fury is kind of like a seasonal. I don't call him part-time. I call Tyson Fury seasonal. St. Don. Who did Klitschko beat? Fucking everybody. Every fucking body. Everybody from his era. And understand something, people. When Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, Vander Holyfield, when he just got tired of getting beat the fuck up, when those guys stopped fighting, you didn't have anybody else but the Klitschkos. Okay? Like, you had Samuel Peters, you still had Chris Bird fighting. And they both had successes with some of the Klitschkos, but the Klitschkos eventually beat them. Who else did you really have? Lamont Brewster. You had Clifford Etienne. David Tua, by that time, he was, kind of on the local circuit. He really didn't fight over here in the States like that. He wasn't really talked about anymore. Hasim Rahman got old. You know what I mean? And he started getting, beat up. Guys like Povetkin beat the shit out of him over in Russia. You know, but I mean, those were the guys. I mean, like, as far as that went, Lennox Lewis got the fuck out of Dodge after that Vitali fight. So Lennox Lewis was gone. Mike Tyson was no longer really on the level. You had Rahman. David Tua wasn't really no longer on the level. Lamont Brewster, I think he had an upset. You remember Michael Grant? He still was fighting for a little bit, but, he was never really the same when Lennox Lewis knocked him out. So you had that's who you had. I mean, that's the guys that we have. It wasn't really nothing special. That's why when the Klitschko's ran, there was no one over here for one thing. Most of the boxers, I think, decided to become football players and go into other sports. That's what I believe. I believe boxing just kind of fell through, and then people started looking at guys like Anderson Silva and those kind of guys like that from down in Brazil, and and Leoto Machida, those kind of guys, and then UFC kind of took its reign in the Americas. Meanwhile, the Klitschko's was just running shit. Now in other weight classes, you had Floyd and Manny and you know what I mean, like those guys, but that was it. Heavyweight wise, we didn't have anything. Michael J, that was an awesome fight with him and Vitali. Very high energy, very good fight. Dominic Sai, I don't understand why you don't read my comments and elaborate. I didn't see your comments. That's crazy. It's like, say the comment again because I missed it. Obviously, I missed it. I'm just trying to ignore the shit. You know what I'm saying? Boris the Blaze, see, AJ is the GOAT right now. No doubt. Ducks nobody, fights everyone. Well, he tries to. He tries to, but normally what Anthony Joshua's faced with is his mandatories. which, hell, it could be actually enough, defending that shit because nobody else has done it that's supposed to be in the top 3. So the Hook from the Klitschko era until now has been the most lackluster heavyweight era of my lifetime. Well, Dr. Hook, it's got better. It's got better. It's just the Klitschko's, one left to political reasons, and Vladimir Klitschko had to battle it out with these young guns. The young guns won. From 15 and 17, he lost and decided to hang up the gloves in 17. Joshua and Tyson Fury took it. That's why Wilder is the bronze, because he's the only guy that didn't take a piece of the Klitschko victory. He should have had some of that torch, by the way. Okay? Can you break down AJ versus Usyk? How do you see the fight going? Usyk trying to fill out Joshua. Hopefully starting early, based on what Joshua does. Because, obviously, I just done a few videos on Joshua, which are coming at you guys tomorrow because I don't post them all at the same time. But, Joshua is a guy that he's, I think he's going to do the same. I think he's going to try to fill out Usyk to see what Usyk done. How much is Usyk going to move? He's expecting him to move, but he wants to know exactly what he's really dealing with, I feel. So I think the first like 5 or 6 rounds will be exactly that. Joshua trying to figure him out, right? And then after that, I think the fight will really start around 5th, 6th round. If a champ wins for a decade, he makes his own lineal. That's an interesting statement. St. Don, Parker, who? Parker WBO, Vlad ex-champ, Martin IBF, and countless mandatories. Wilder and Fury won't even take out White in 500 days. Yeah, see, Anthony Joshua fighting Dillian White, like, he's already done that. That's not even the point. The point is, what should have happened is Tyson Fury should have... You know what? If Tyson Fury was a boss, you know what he would have done? He would have fought Dillian White. And see, it's very contradicting that Tyson Fury, I don't care about money. I'm a fucking Spartan. Stop lying. Yes, you do. If you were a Spartan, you'd have took on the mandatory that you agree that Dillian White should have been fighting for. You should have fought that man. Since you got the WBC, since you're the king, do new shit that the old king didn't do. Counterpunch. He could have fought Dillian White. And who would have said anything about that? Give me a fight, okay, give me Dillian White. He could have fought his ass sometime this year. That would have been big for boxing. That probably would... People would have been looking at that fight, especially if it would have been before the Wilder fight, then it wouldn't have mattered if he would have won or not. I just question, why the fuck didn't the I Get Caballo fight happen? Because, we heard all types of shit. That was the one. What do you think? What do I think about what, Dominic? What did you say? I didn't catch you. All right, well, I don't. Yeah, I don't. Dominic, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're not saying anything. I scrolled up to see exactly what it is, but it is what it is. That takes Spartan balls, Kurt. Yeah, it does. It takes Spartan balls. Spartans don't drink vodka and snort coke. They didn't know what the fuck coke was. You know what? Certain people in certain regions is glad that certain things weren't introduced in certain regions. You imagine a bunch of Spartans on coke? That shit would have been... This is Sparta. You know, that would have been retarded, dude. They'd have been like taking over shit, like been partying too much and shit. Give me some more of that fucking coke. To war! Like, yo, it's 4 a.m. Fuck that, to war! Try some of this. Oh, to war, Spartan! They'd have been doing some crazy shit, you know what I mean? Raping people and shit. Like, what the hell? What's wrong with you guys? I would love to see an undisputed, but White needs to get his shot. He does. He needs to get his shot. So look, if Deontay Wilder got his shot, Dillian White needs his too. It was a warm up, and it almost backfired big time. Fury said to the WBC, "Make me a fight, White for Diamond Belt," and then they said, "Sure, let's do it." And White didn't want to fight. No, that was in 19. I remember that. I remember he was going to fight for the White. I remember he was going to fight White for the Diamond Belt. I remember that. I remember that very well. And that just shows you how fucking flip-floppy Fury is. And I'm going to tell you why he didn't fight White. This is what happened. He didn't fight White because he signed that fucking contract with ESPN, and he figured, why fight White, a guy that possibly could beat my ass, or fight a guy we never heard of in Tom Schwartz, and it makes him look better because he can take the O from Tom Schwartz, because Tom Schwartz hasn't never been on the level of someone like Tyson Fury. Have you fully recovered from COVID too? Andy Stone, I guess. I mean, I think it's lingering effects, like some headaches here and there. So I wouldn't say totally, I'm like back 100. No, I'm probably about 92%. And sometimes about 82. You know? I don't play with dolls like De La Hoya. It's been AJ and Fury. We will never know until they fight. Well, that's true. But then again, it's a lot of people that got to fight to see what number one is, who number one is, who's number two, and who's number three. See, if everybody fought each other, we wouldn't have this question at all. The speculation is getting ridiculous. Somebody should fight White. White should have fought Wilder. I just hope if Wilder wins, he does what he's supposed to do, just like I told him. Okay? I told Deontay Wilder, like, hey, if you beat Tyson Fury, fight Anthony Joshua. That's the message I sent through Tay Jones. That's the last time not now the last time I talked to Tay, but those were one of the ones like, hey, fight him. Like, be the man of your word and fight that guy. You know that guy offered you more money than fucking Tyson Fury, so that was supposed to be the money problem. We need to fight for all the money that we can get. We risk our lives in there. Okay. Obviously, it didn't really matter to you because Tyson Fury, you wasn't worried about risking your life in there with Tyson Fury, but you was worried about that with Joshua, because that's exactly what he said. Landlord, so are you saying Fury should have fought AJ instead of Wilder on his comeback? You wished, as it was your best opportunity to win. St. Don, let me tell you something. You have that John Fury mentality. He didn't want that. He didn't want that. And I don't think Tyson Fury would have took that fight. Something else would have happened on that shit. Maybe he would have caught COVID and postponed the whole thing. You know what I mean? I've got COVID. You do? Okay. Wait, where you doing fucking playing blackjack? Oh, well, I don't have COVID now. Fuck out of here, man. White is small, not 6'4", same size as Chisora, and about on par with Chisora, and who Fury dealt with easily. So why do you think people? Because Michael J. Dillian White is not fucking Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora is a guy, he is one-dimensional. He's a fucking juggernaut. He will come at you throwing punches. He's a very durable, predictable guy. Now, what makes him difficult, though, is the type punches he throws at times, because he does throw looping shots. Okay, but he is a brawler. But you see him coming. He's going to work the body. He's going to hook upstairs. He's going to throw overhand rights. That's Derek Chisora. You know? Now, Dillian White, I feel, had a problem with Derek Chisora fighting him, which their styles matched up. I think Dillian White had problems because he was fighting emotionally. Think about how those dudes had build up and fighting each other, dashing water all in Dillian White's face. Dillian White wanted to fight him like they didn't like each other, and they fought like they didn't like each other. Okay, and you have to understand, Chisora is a fighter that has been fighting for a long fucking time. He's like 37, right, or 38. You know, he's been fighting for a long time. Okay. Vic, Fury picking either camp at that time was not a duck either way. If Fury makes it past Wilder, AJ will end his career with, when they get in the ring, the beating is going to be epic. Well, if he beats Wilder again, Wilder will be out of commission. Nobody will really talk about him as much anymore. And then he goes and gets beat by AJ. AJ will be, and it's so weird, AJ will be worlds apart from Deontay Wilder. People won't even say those two guys in the same sentence no more. You know, people will laugh out the eye. You know, that's how it is. It's how people think. You know, but Wilder has never fought Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? But it just shows you what happens due to, you know, levels. You know, Dillian is a B-level fighter. Ooh, Cal. St. John, nothing to do with ducking. Fury was trying to get paid straight away. He wasn't getting 50-50 from AJ, so he took Wilder's belt. And then now he is being offered 50-50. Played Wilder. Well, Tyson Fury did play Wilder because he knew I could beat Wilder because he's easy to beat. It's a dangerous fight, but I could beat him. Nikki Blue Eyes Austin, kind of punch to you. Brittany Devine, ain't no plan to fight Chisora. Just grab the bull by the horns and hang on until the bull gets tired. Then you can go do your thing. Yeah, I mean, he's going to fight. See, look, Chisora's going to come out and shoot his wad. However long that lasts, and the rest Chisora fights with is just heart and pure grit and hate. Romel King, Fury is a fraud. Well, that fraud has to be beaten. So it's up to Deontay Wilder to do it, right? So he has a job on his hands. Beat that fraud. But if Wilder loses again, the second loss will make the third worse, because if he goes in there and gets beat up again, he can't excuse the second fight. The rematch then is just like, okay, dude, we hurt. Even the people that's brainwashed enough, or the ones that, you know, that just think, hey, the black guy couldn't lose to the white guy because that's just ain't gonna. No. Even they will start to wake up. Now the rest of them are just stuck with that mindset. They will stay there. Skrilla 50, what's up, brother? Counter punch to you. And then they will start turning around and looking at, man, Wilder, man, he got beat up. You know what? That dude beat him up the second time to all them lies, them dudes. You know, and that would be the conversation around barbershops all over the U.S. Shit. Britain, too. He's not 6'4". He's the same size as Chisora. Look at him, stood next to the 6'1" fighters, by the way. Fury TKO Chisora, who's known for his toughness, whereas White had 2 tough fights. Yeah, but he knocked him out too, though. But listen, I think Dillian White fought Chisora on emotion. Old man Povetkin was still ranked higher than every opponent Fury has fought since Klitschko, apart from Wilder. King Midas. It is what it is. Those are just facts, sir. Sore 60 ball. Kurt, if AJ beats Usyk, Wilder, Fury White again, Joyce, Dubois, Ortiz, Ajagba, Hunter can go down as the best in history. I mean, yeah, I think Usyk is difficult because Usyk has something that those guys don't have. Maybe Michael Hunter, but Michael Hunter, I think, kind of shitted over his chances. Honestly, let's just be real. When he didn't take that Herkovic fight, I think it's going to be hard for him to get a profile fight due to the avenue that he chose to walk down. Fury fancied Wilder over AJ. That's the truth. Nothing to do with playing Wilder and trying to bargain 50-50. 50-50 is just the ransom Fury has put on facing AJ. Fury and Wilder have fought tomato cans. 123 on this live and only 33 likes. Hit the like button. Yeah, it's crazy. Let's hit the like button, guys. Will it be classed as a shock if Usyk beats AJ? Not to me. Not to me, it won't. Now, if he knocked Anthony Joshua out, that'll be shocking. You'd be like, damn, that would be shocking. No, like if Usyk outbeat, and it just shows y'all kept doubting fucking Usyk, and Usyk came in there and outboxed Joshua, but that's what the fuck he's known for. The cat. He's known for that type of shit. And honestly, that Joker shit, wearing Joker shit like that, wearing that, that tells you, he's look, it's more to Usyk than people think. And you're gonna have to see, and he's gonna have to show people. And people, won't believe something until they see it, and then when they see it, they can't fucking hell. Yeah. Don't bloody believe it. Joshua's chinny. No, he's not chinny. He just got fucking hit 100 times on the chin. Veal. Usyk is too small to deal with AJ. We will see. Eventually, Usyk is going to have to stand in exchange. Well, we'll see about that. He's going to have to come inside at some point. And Joshua has to be prepared. Connor Boner. Dillian White said he will beat a journeyman called Sean Boyle. Who the hell is Sean Boyle? I know who Blue Boyle is. AJ is preparing for a 12th round dance with Usyk, but if he clips Usyk, it's good night. We'll see. Yeah, How adorable is Usyk's chin? Do you think he can take AJ's power? DM3 Entertainment. We will see. I don't know. AJ losing at this weight to box and keep it at a range like he did with Ruiz. That wouldn't be a good idea. Not for somebody like Usyk that knows how to use feet and that can come in. Because what happens if he fights Alexander Usyk like he fought Ruiz too, he's gonna lose. He can't outbox Usyk like that, just fucking standing back and jabbing. No, that would be a bad thing to do. Brittany, I love AJ and I think he will win, but this is the fight that worries me. Yeah, it should. Brittany, it should worry you. Shit. This ain't no bullshit fight. This guy kicked ass to be here. And then kicked 2 asses at heavyweight to be here. Kurt, my 1, 2, 3 is AJ, number 1. Dillian White, number 2. And Lyson Fury, number 3. This is a point based on UK's Usyk is the most technical fighter in the heavyweight division. AJ is a TKO fighting, not a KO artist. AJ the quitter. There we go. Connor Bonner. Or Connor Bonner, right? Is it Connor Bonner? Tyson Fury won't fight Wilder again. He will pull out. Man, let me tell you something. If Tyson Fury pulls out for whatever reason, if it's some other shit that has it, this is what's going to happen. They're going to strip him. They're going to strip him. Dillian White should come in. And I don't care what Dillian White has planned. He should stop and drop whatever he had or whoever he was going to fight. He should come in and fight Deontay Wilder. After he fights Deontay Wilder, that guy will be the guy to fight whoever the winner of Usyk Joshua. No question about it. Usyk smokes Wilder if Wilder ever steps up and doesn't duck him. Daniel Moreno. Usyk, but here's the sad thing about Usyk, though. Usyk has to beat Joshua twice before even mentioning fighting anybody else. That's the reality of it. Emmanuel Okan just arrived. What am I missing? Counterpunch. We were looking and discussing the ranks between a poll that I placed based on a video that I made about John Fury disagreeing with Tyson Fury about who is number 2. So I put a poll on number 2. Who's number 2? And it was like Anthony Joshua, Dillian White, and Deontay Wilder. Okay, so that's what that was about. Fury's pullout game is strong. Counterpunch to you. You ain't lying. I can't fight this fight. I'm just sorry. It can't happen. It can't happen. I have COVID. We're all looking forward to. The landlord is number 1. Fury is on record saying Wilder's mama is number 2. Damn. No. Usyk needs to KO Joshua twice before he moves on. Usyk is never, ever going to get the decision against England. Pride in England. Ooh. That's something that we have to talk about, Vic. That's a very interesting point because, I thought about that. Will Usyk get a fair shake against Anthony Joshua in England? Do you think if Usyk wins the first, AJ wins the rematch, will the third happen? No, that ain't how it works with the A side. If you beat the A side and then you fuck around and beat him, then you fight him again and then you lose. That's it. Joshua, that's a wrap. Kurt, why wasn't Fury an option for number 2? I'm sorry. He's supposed to be number 2. I should have at least put him. I wasn't thinking about it. So that's what happened. Kurt, why wasn't okay? Carl Green, Sean Boyle will destroy AJ. Who the hell is Sean Boyle? I keep hearing the Sean Boyle character. Who's the Sean Boyle character? I mean, who is Sean Boyle? Can somebody tell me who this is? Buddy Gunner, sup Kurt and everyone. We will see who's number 1 after they all fight a couple of times. That's true, but all have to fight a couple times. Shit, we ain't getting no time. And I want to see Usyk versus Deontay Wilder. Because Usyk already came out, on record and said he doesn't really care for Deontay Wilder. You can tell who the best fighter in the division is because all the efforts will be made to discredit their wins. Even before the fight happens to Canelo, used to happen to Floyd, Lennox, Roy Jones. Bernard Hopkins is in that too. We're taking Fury as number 1. There will be a rematch with Joshua and Usyk because Joshua is going to beat Usyk. Oh, there will not be. Okay. Well, if he beats Usyk, then the sad thing about it is, though, Usyk, I don't think will be respected as that heavyweight or as a heavyweight. But then it's like, and here's the problem. How will then Usyk get a fight with someone like Wilder? Because, nobody really wants to fight Joshua's leftovers. You know what I mean? I think deep down inside, Wilder don't want to fight White because he knows White's already been beaten by Joshua. You know what I'm saying? So if Anthony Joshua beats Usyk, then I don't think Wilder would want to fight that guy. And you know Tyson Fury won't, because all he's going to do is talk. Say, I told you he was just a cruiserweight, just moved up. He doesn't have any business being here. I am the Gypsy King. I would beat him with one hand tied behind me back. And all that shit. Anthony Joshua is weak at the temple. He cannot get punched in the temple. Hey, knowledge, you know what I mean? I think that is a weak spot for Anthony Joshua. That's that punch from the gods. Punch. That's that punch from the gods area. If AJ beats Usyk, then he will get more fight at heavyweight because everyone will want to him. I don't know. And I think it's how he loses to Joshua. If that's a tough fight, I don't think people will want that. Because they're like, well, damn, if Joshua had hell with him, I ain't going to try to fight that motherfucker. Not me. Also, I can't see Usyk slimming back down to cruiser to Joe Joyce and Ortiz for him. Yeah, I think he should fight one of those guys. He could beat those guys. Ortiz is a little long in the tooth. And Joe Joyce, he's beat Joe Joyce before. But hush, guys, anyone gets rocked if you get hit with something you don't see. He ain't lying, I mean, but still. You know, people talk about Usyk's power. He ain't got it. You know, whatever. But no, I mean, I guess by default, I will make another poll for you guys, and we'll talk about that maybe tomorrow. I'll be on the road tomorrow, so I'll make a poll, and then we'll do a live on that. So I'll make another poll to correct the poll that I had. I thank everybody for coming on. I got to get me something to eat. Yeah, it does sound like a pirate, don't he? The Har! Tyson Fury, the gypsy. But anyway, God bless you all. I hope everybody has a great day or a good night. And everybody has been counterpunched. Peace.